guys, it's Nurse Jet, Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone's having a great day. So, here it is, 222 on my phone. Synchronicity, I hit 111 earlier, 222. I've been doing 444, 555. So, the universe is really ramping up. So, anyway, have you guys ever heard of Longinus? Who is that man, Longinus? Longinus. You know, I'm in Wikipedia, and, it's in the Bible about this Roman centurion, this soldier that stabbed Jesus in his left side to see if he was dead, and that the blood and water fell on his face. And he said, surely this is the Son of God. Okay. Let's kind of look at this guy here, and we're going to make a connection on really how these biblical writers really put a spin on this stuff. And you're going to go, ooh, I'm liking this little history lesson today. So if you are a Christian or religious person and you just hit my channel today, I am giving you truth. I used to be a Christian. I'm no longer. I've been out of the church for about 3 years. And I'm so glad that I'm out of all of this. So, Longinus is the name given to the unnamed Roman soldier who pierced Jesus in his side with a lance, and who in medieval and some modern Christian traditions is described as a convert to Christianity. And some say, quote unquote, Peter went to him and baptized him. Now, but this, what I just read to you, it first appeared in the apocryphal Gospel of Nicodemus. Now, if you want to go get the Nag Hammadi scriptures, you can do that. It says the lance is called in Christianity the Holy Lance, and his story is related in the Latin Vulgate Bible that St. Jerome wrote during the crucifixion. And this act is said to have created the last of the 5 holy wounds of Christ. So, there is a painting by Fra Angelico in San Marco, Florence, that depicts the scene. And it says that this individual, unnamed in the Gospels, is further identified in some versions of the legend as the centurion present at the crucifixion who said that Jesus was the Son of God. Longinus' legend grew over the years to point that he was said to have converted to Christianity after the crucifixion. And he is traditionally venerated as a saint in the Roman Catholic Church, Eastern Orthodox Church, and several other Christian communions. Now, origins of the story. No name for this soldier is given in the canonical Gospels. The name Longinus is instead found in the Acts of Pilate, a text appended to the apocryphal Gospel of Nicodemus. Longinus did not start out as a saint. An early tradition found in the 4th century pseudepigraphal letter of Herod to Pilate. Pseudepigraphal means false writing. Pseudo means false. So these are false writings. Claims that Longinus suffered for having pierced Jesus and that he was condemned to a cave where every night a lion came and mauled him until dawn, after which his body healed back to normal in a pattern that would repeat till the end of time. Later traditions turned him into a Christian convert and said the name of Longinus was not known. Now listen to this. The name of Longinus was not known to the Greeks previous to the patriarch Germanus in 715 AD. It was introduced amongst the Westerners from the apocryphal Gospel of Nicodemus. There is no reliable authority for the acts and martyrdom of this saint. However, an old tradition does link the birthplace of Longinus with the village of Anxenum, which is in central Italy. The name is probably Latinized from the Greek launch, the word used for the lance mentioned in John 19:34. It first appears lettered on an illumination of the crucifix beside the figure of the soldier holding a spear, written perhaps contemporaneously in horizontal Greek letters Longinos. In the Syriac Gospel manuscript, illuminated by a certain Rabulas in the year 586 in the Laurentinian Library in Florence, the spear used is known as the Holy Lance, and more recently, especially in occult circles, as the Spear of Destiny, which was recovered at Jerusalem by the 6th century, although neither the Centurion nor the name Longinus were invoked in any surviving report as the Lance of Longinus. Blindness or other eye problems are not mentioned until after the 10th century. So you keep getting this stuff and you make it along the way, and then you have a nice little story. Christian legend has it that Longinus was a blind Roman centurion who thrust the spear into the side, and some blood fell out on his eyes and he was healed. The body of Longinus was said to have been lost twice, and that its second recovery was in Mantua in 1304, together with the sponge stained with Christ's blood. So, this Longinus is venerated generally as a martyr. He has a feast day on October the 16th. He crucified the Lord. And he is in the St. Peter's Basilica. So let's see here. What else do we have to say about Longinus? Okay, guys, I'm getting there. So let's see. Longinus, Longinus, where are you? Have you in my all of my windows on my phone? It's so much. Okay, well, that's not it. Keep going. One more thing. Okay. Okay, here we go. There's a theory, and I believe this theory is as close to what we're going to find. Now, there is on YouTube a guy called Piso, Calpurnius Piso. Go find him and look him up. He's a trip. Calpurnius Piso. Because his theory is it's more along the lines, Jesus's story is along the lines of Julius Caesar. A lot of attributes. So, there's a theory how the name Longinus came to be attached to the soldier with the spear who pierced Jesus' side. Now, there is a historical figure named Gaius, Cassius, Longinus, who was a Roman in the time before this Jesus character. The historical Longinus, usually referred to as Cassius, was instrumental in the murder of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE. It is possible that they put Longinus as a reference to the murderer, an assassin. And as you know, Longinus killed Julius Caesar. Now, in historical value, Gaius Cassius Longinus, when he stabbed Julius Caesar, I believe Caesar got stabbed 20-something times. And the last stab to kill Caesar was with Gaius Cassius Longinus' dagger in the heart, left side. So, this could have well been an inside job. Because where are you going to find this name at? You mean to tell me that all these Longinuses are going to keep having offspring and they're just the one to kill this Jesus character? I mean, come on, give me a break. And only that, and these apocryphal writings, these pseudepigrapher writings, they're going to have Longinus in there. The Gospel of Nicodemus. And even at that, my friends, the real Nicodemus was in the 60s, not in the 30s. The Roman and Jew war, look it up, Nicodemus Ben Gurion was in the Roman Jew wars. But see, in this Bible, it only gives you a Nicodemus placed in the 30s. So, brothers and sisters, you need to do your homework. Like I said, there's not going to be 50 million Nicodemuses running around, 50 million Longinuses running around. The Bible writers had all this information. You got to understand that the Library of Alexandria was still up and running. They can get any story, anything of the day. So, let's look at some other things. Let's look at the deaths of Jesus and Julius Caesar. There's similarities of their deaths. True story. At the funeral of Julius Caesar, they arose aloft a wax effigy of him on a crucifix. His arms were outstretched and his body was bloodied. The image is very similar to this Jesus character on the cross. So here you go. You're carrying Julius Caesar's body all bloodied in a wax effigy on a crucifix. Caesar was stabbed to death. And after his death, he was crucified on the cross in wax. Jesus was crucified to death, and then after death, he is pierced by a spear. A Roman soldier called Cassius Longinus plotted to murder Caesar, according to the Gospel of Nicodemus. The Roman soldier that pierced Jesus was Longinus. And the spear that Longinus used to receive from his grandfather received it from Julius Caesar as a gift for the outstanding military service in the conquest of Gaul, which is France. Caesar was killed on the 15th day of March, called the Ides of March. Jesus is killed on the 15th day of Nisan, which corresponds to March in the Hebrew calendar. The Longinus of Jesus' saga was elevated to the sainthood by the Catholic Church. His feast day is the 15th of March, the anniversary of the assassination of Julius Caesar. You know, you got to keep a story going. You got to keep a good lie. If you're going to lie good, you better lie good. But see, the thing with the lie is, when so many people's dirty paws and scribes and pens has been in the making for a long time, you're going to have some people that's just going to miss the spot. And your censors are going to overlook it. Or then you might have some guilty people that will, not fill in the blanks or kind of put a twist in it to where you can figure it out. You see, you can only keep a lie for so long, and then it starts dwindling. And truth seekers like me, myself, and other people out there in the world that are blasting this thing to hell and back, it's coming out. The cult of Gaius Julius preached that Julius Caesar was immaculately conceived, an immaculate conception, being the son of a virgin and begotten by the father of all gods, Jupiter, which is Zeus. Hey, Zeus, Jupiter. Zeus in Greek, Jupiter in Rome. How do you like that? A.D. Anno Domini was placed 100 years after the birth of Julius Caesar, who was born in 100 BCE. So what? You got to start the new year? You see, they've screwed with our time. The Romans have messed with time. So really, we don't know what damn year this is because they've messed with it. So we could either be over the 2019, we could really be in like 2020 something, 2030 something, or we could really be backwards. Because they messed with us. They messed with time. Or the calendar, because you really can't screw time. Just the calendar. So the following are also attributed to Jesus: Peter face, crown of thorns, long-haired, beard, clothing, variations of the cross, the resurrection, the ascension, etc. These have previously occurred on coins with Caesar's likeness and are still evident on those minted by Antony and Octavian Augustus. Now, this can be found at newtestamentorigin.blogspot.com, and this was written February the 4th of 2012. The writer also says, I find these connections interesting. If one is based on the other, then Jesus is the fiction. This also points toward Roman authorship, worshiping Jesus whilst unknowingly worshiping the Caesar. You got it, Toyota. But you see, people are not going to really dive into this. So until next time, truth seekers, I hope you have enjoyed this enlightening video. Share, like, subscribe, and if you want to know anything else, just give me a comment. Hit your notification bell, guys, and always seek truth. Hotep, have a great day.